If you are interested in putting some of your retirement funds to use, there is a way to set up a self-directed IRA. We're going to talk with some of the folks today, Parker at eQRP, that Alex, who's part of our GP team, and I know some of our investors as well have used and have had some good success with. So we wanted to share some of that info with you and dive into a conversation with him today. So eQRP, I guess a little bit, what's the 1-minute summary of what you guys do?
eQRP is our own personal branding on a self-directed 401k product that gives you the ability to invest in alternative assets with complete control and flexibility.
Gotcha. And so for us, a lot of our investors, how would this play out for them if they wanted to get some funds into a real estate deal that we have going?
To keep it simple, not all vehicles are created the same. And much of what most people have been told about the retirement system is, hey, if you want to self-direct your retirement, get an IRA, you can invest in real estate. But most people don't go further than that. For us, we built this vehicle around the alternative investor and making sure that they're set up for success. If you've got old retirement accounts laying around, if you're using an IRA, those are actually going to limit you and put a tax liability on you, especially in real estate when you're using debt. And so anybody can qualify for something like this, but if you're looking to have more control, more certainty, and more variety in your investing through your retirement, then there really is no other way than to go with a 401k method. And our team, honestly, is going to take care of everything from start to finish. So if you don't even know how it works, don't worry, because we're here to do it all for you anyway.
Gotcha. So who is eligible to qualify for this or move funds into an account like this?
Yeah, so IRAs, the way they're set up is as legally, they're like retailer-sponsored accounts, meaning that anybody can have one. And so with 401ks, they're a little different, meaning that you've got to have business activities supporting a plan. So if I was sitting out on my front lawn selling lemonade and nobody bought, it's fine. I don't have to earn income. I just have to have business activity to have a plan like this. So if you have a side hustle, if you're a business owner with employees, if you're a sole proprietor, if you got a W-2, and you're already contributing to one plan, you can also have another plan as well. So there's really no reason anybody can't do it. It really just comes down to the type of person that wants to do it, seeing if it's a fit.
Is there what types of people don't qualify to move funds into a self-directed?
Yeah, so really there's only 2 plans that can't move inside of a option like this, which is a Roth IRA and an inherited IRA. There are some weird non-governmental 457s that are out there, but typically the most common are Roth IRAs and inherited IRAs. You just can't move them inside of a 401k product. IRS basically just says so. So it's just understanding those 2 things. If you have anything else, it can move in.
Gotcha. So typically folks that have worked at a job, built up their 401k over the last 20 years and whatnot, and have a bunch of funds in there, they are well, obviously they should reach out, but they're most likely eligible to move. Can they move just part of those funds into this, or does it have to be the whole thing? Or
yeah, it's a good question. So you can move partial, and we have a lot of people that do that. So if they want to move in money at a later time, our team will help them do that. And if they want to move all of it, they can. If they want to move part, they can. There's no wrong way to do it.
Okay. And you can move it over time as well. You could move some now and then some a year from now and whatnot.
Yeah, there's no limit on how many rollovers you can do from an IRA to a 401k or a 401k to an IRA. So if you wanted to do it 50 times in a year, you could do that. Just be a lot of extra paperwork you don't want to do, but you can do that.
Okay, got it. How long does this process take, and what do I have to do if I want to move some funds?
Yeah, so typically you just reach out to our team, myself. The process takes about 10 business days to get up and running. And really the quickest part for us, we can get all your bank accounts built for you to where they're ready to receive funds from the custodian that's holding your other retirement dollars. But the longer part is going to probably take 5 days just with the custodian to make sure they release the funds. So 10 business days is typically what you see. It's really quick, and we're doing all the work for you. So we're just hand holding you along the way.
Gotcha. And everyone's going to ask, how much does this cost to go through a process like that?
Yeah, so it varies in terms of if you have a business with employees or if you're an individual coming over. So we are a premium provider. So if you go out there and kind of look at what options are available to you, because our team has spent years getting into the friction and understanding the pain points and where the holdups are, and helping make sure that there's no tax liability on our clients when they come over. We do all the heavy lifting for them. So it's going to be a one-time fee up front, a little under $5,000 to get everything going. But that's a one-time fee. And then there's a fixed annual on the back end that ranges from about $600 to $800, depending on what you want. And we do all the work for you. So kind of like we're doing right now, having this video conference call, people got access to our cell phone. They can text me, they can call, get consultations as much as they want. So if you have investors that have questions about whether deals are looking at are qualified, how things work, can they do something, I need accounting help, we have a bunch of resources to be able to send them to get them in the right direction. So we want to make sure that at the end of the day, our client is confident and they're validated in the direction that they're going, and can, put their head on their pillow at night knowing that, hey, I know I'm doing this myself, but I have a team with me that's helping me along the journey. And that's really our goal, is to help support, educate, and inspire our clients to do great work.
Perfect. And then what can I do with these funds? Like, how much control over them do I have once they're moved over?
Complete control. So just like you have access to your bank account on your phone, same works with this. And to be quite honest, a lot of people, when they get this type of control, they don't really understand. It doesn't make sense to them because the system traditionally takes control away from them, and there's like 3 or 4 steps to actually get your money. But with this, you can send it out as quick as you want. We are not the custodian. We're just really brokering the whole process to get you to the point to operate this yourself. So you could call us and say, hey, how do I do this, or can I do this? But you don't need our permission to do anything. So if you and I were sitting at a lunch table and you had a deal come up and you say, hey, Parker, I got one spot left, I wanted to save it for you if you wanted to get involved, I'd say, sweet. Well, I'm going to send you some money from my retirement account. Just give me the wiring instructions and it's gone. So you can get in as little as 5 minutes, which is awesome.
Perfect. That sounds really quite simple.
It is.
I mean, is there anything else? What are other common questions that you get from folks before signing up? Is there anything else that we haven't covered that folks want to know?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's situation is different. What's important is making sure you understand your values coming into a community like this. A lot of times people will try to jump over a quarter to get to a nickel, right? And so, something like this doesn't happen but maybe once or twice in someone's investing cycle, whether they use their retirement for alternative investing like this. And so we've built a team to take care of everything for you, to where it is super easy. You don't have to think about it later, and making sure you have the right vehicle to invest in alternative assets. So for us, I'd say if you value certainty, if you value variety, and you value control, then this is probably the community for you, because not a lot of people know about it. And probably a lot like you, when you start getting this knowledge of these alternative assets and what's out there, it's like, wow, like I didn't even know money worked like this. It's like, well, this is kind of what this community is you don't know about it until you do. And then when you do, are you going to act, or are you going to continue to put your hands under your butt and just wait around until, oh, well, the stock market, I hope it goes back up so I can do something like this? People typically will bet on themselves more than they'll bet on the stock market. So if that's you, then we're here to help.
Perfect. And what's the process again? So if someone watches this and they want to roll over some funds into our next deal that we have coming up, how would that process play out?
Yeah, so your team could give them my contact information. So if you want to reach out directly, just ask for me, Parker. I can give you all the information that you need. You can go to our website as well, www.eqrp.co. But I'd love to be a direct resource for anybody that wants to speak directly and has questions and what next steps look like. And Yeah.
We'll start with a phone call to you. You'll ask some questions, figure it out, make sure it's a good fit. And if it is, kind of go through next steps there.
Yep, absolutely.
And just 10 days from kind of starting this process to having the funds available.
Yeah, so it takes about 10 minutes to get up and going. Like, let's just say they said, hey, I'm ready to go now. We just basically get simple information from you, an EIN for either your business or if you're a sole proprietor. We just we'll generate that for you. So it takes 10 minutes, though, really quick. And then our team starts the ball rolling the very next day to get everything moving for you.
Great. We'll go from there. Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Cordy.